trigger warning. I'll just let you know right off the rip. The very first question that I want to ask, this might be a multi-part thing too, depending on the energy. The very first question that I have is, were the girls trafficked? Not murdered, trafficked. And the reason that I want to know is because Ethan is the only one who has come to me. And that's the way it was. And people have asked me to look into the girls, and I kept getting a no, and it felt like a hard no. And then through hours and hours of investigating and looking at articles, and I think that one of the thoughts that I had was that the girls weren't murdered. They were all trafficked. And I've seen the videos of $700,000. I've read all the 4chan. I've read the deeds for the Chapins, the Green family, the whole 9 yards. And that's coming. It's just taken a lot longer than I expected. I don't know what I was expecting, but we're talking millions and billions of dollars. We're talking land, LLCs. Things just don't add up. And so you have to keep digging until it does. With that being said, one of the questions that I have is, were the girls trafficked? And the reason that I'm wondering is they would be worth a lot more on the market, that market, if they were sold than they would be dead. The other reason that I'm wondering this is because in the videos with the blood outside Xana's room, both pictures, there's an aerial shot and of the foundation, leads me to believe that that could be one person. And that could be Ethan. And the reason that also, it's not that weird. It's weird that I can't feel the girls on either side. And I hope I'm wrong, but there are videos of Steve. He didn't get anything. He got ashes. Like, I know that's not right. There's a lot of things that aren't right in this. And Steve has his own little file going. And I'm not saying he's innocent. But what I am saying is, if there were a couple $100,000 in drugs or whatever that somebody needed to pay for, the girls, and there are rumors that one of the girls was going to get trafficked at a pool party, but she couldn't because she was too upset. And I can't stop thinking about it. And I've been avoiding it because I just didn't feel right. But tonight, it feels right. And so we're going to just ask if the girls were trafficked. I don't buy anything that I read, especially from the mainstream or the university. Anyone. I don't buy any of it. And the other thing that I don't buy is that I just think that the girls were trafficked. That's what I think. I think it's going to be, I think when we look into this, it's going to look a lot like Delphi. It's going to be disgusting and probably very troubling, but it's at the point where I can't ignore it anymore. Or I just can't do readings, and that's not fun either. I haven't done a reading in a while, and it just feels like it's time. So, welcome. Thank you for coming. Please like, share, subscribe, do all the things, and we're going to get going. I have set sacred space, asked in all the angels, and I'm going to ask Maddie and Kaylee and Xana to come in too. I know other mediums have gotten that they are all together, and maybe they are, and maybe this idea is just way off and it's way wrong, and that would be awesome. But until, I don't know, I just don't have a very good feeling about it. So let's get this started. 4 cards just jumped, haven't even asked. I don't know about this. This might be a crying night. We already got the Ace of Swords. I mean, I'm sorry, this is the Ace of Wands. And if you're in the balcony, welcome. Hello, thank you for coming. Well, this is the D card. I don't know. And we have Dylan. Oh, you guys, just so you know too, I am creating a how to read tarot for true crime. That's why I named it. Thanks for noticing. That was really nice. I named it True Crime Tarot because if you're reading cards for true crime, they're the same cards mean completely different things. Like D-bag, I don't know. I don't like this. And I don't like that what is that? The OnlyFans card is the first card that jumped. D-bag's next. We have our Pentacles in reverse. And we have our Cowboy in reverse. I didn't even ask a question yet. I want to just ask a yes/no. I want to just ask a yes/no question. I might have to pause you to go grab my yes/no cards. I'm going to pause you really quickly and grab my yes/no cards. I'm just going to ask a yes/no. I'll pause you and then I'll be right back. I'm just going to go grab those because I don't have them over here. I guess I'll be right back. Okay, thanks for holding. I just went and grabbed my yes/no cards because I just want to ask this straight up. I just want to know if the girls were trafficked and not murdered. Oh, I probably can't even say that. I should start it over and ask again. Hold on. Okay, I just grabbed my yes/no cards. They're just fortune-telling cards. And I'm just going to ask it straight up if the girls were trafficked, and then we'll go from there. And I just want to know because I feel like that is where this is all going. And so it might be an emotional night, or it might not be. I don't know. But we're just going to ask if the girls were trafficked. Are we allowed to say that word? I hope so. Okay, so we got negative in reverse, so that would be a yes. That's how Ashley, I hope she's feeling better. Sending her love and light. Hi, Ashley, I love you. I hope you're feeling better. And not even a little bit. And then I got ask again. So, were the girls trafficked? Are the girls involved now in people moving? And that's why the parents got ashes. I mean, Steve, according to Steve, they didn't even get to identify them. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's like not above board. Okay, so we've gotten under no. So this is saying no, they weren't. All right. I just want to ask if they were definitely unalived then. So these are saying, oh, if you can see, it's saying, what did you say? Try again. And oh my God, yes. Why are you asking? I feel like the cards are even playing a game. I'm not asking right then. On November 13th, or I guess, because it was the middle of the night. Were the girls, Maddie and Kaylee and Xana, moved, I already think they were moved, so that doesn't matter, that doesn't help. Were they sold? Were the girls, maybe it wasn't all three. Maybe I should ask, let's just do it one at a time. Was Maddie sold on November 13th? Yes, you got it. Okay, that's what the difference was. I was asking it for all of them. So Maddie was. Okay, I had a feeling. So the difference in the way I asked was at first I asked all the girls, and then I'm going to ask it one at a time. So we have a yes for Maddie. Knew it. They're worth way more. I mean, I don't know that market, but what I do know is it's worth $150 billion. I'm already getting choked up. Was Kaylee sold that night? You're having a laugh and without fail. So we have a yes for Maddie and Kaylee. I knew it. Okay, let's ask for Xana. Was Xana sold that night? Negative. That's the thing. It wasn't Xana. Okay, got it. So Maddie and Kaylee, and we're going to do a reading on it, but Maddie and Kaylee were sold. They are worth way more. College 20-somethings, they are worth more on that market than they were dead. I knew it. And Xana wasn't. So Xana wasn't sold. The other girls were. Okay. So that makes a lot more sense. So yes to Maddie and Kaylee and no to Xana. And that's why in the beginning, I wasn't getting a straight answer because it wasn't all three of them. It was just Maddie and Kaylee, no Xana. All right. Well, we have some more yes, no questions, but I want to read on it or something. I need more. There's something else. So I knew it. And I'm not laughing. What I'm laughing about is the audacity of this entire problem. I just all right, good. So I knew it. So the next thing that I wanted to know is if they were sold, how could we ever find them? What is this situation? So I know there are code words that they use on the internet so you can do weird stuff with kids. I wonder if there are code words for this, but what I do know, I'm about to stand by this 100%, is that those girls, and I have only seen documentaries on what happens once you are in that world, but what I've seen is you're on mind-altering things and you never really can come out of it. There are a few girls that have done documentaries or other things. So my next thing, I knew that they were going to be I knew it. And the next thing is where are they? And how could we find them? this is an international, so that's worldwide ring. Like Epstein took the heat for it. Now Diddy's about to take the heat. I don't know, but what I'm going to do, I know these are big accusations, and I know that this goes totally against the entire timeline or whatever propaganda they're pushing. They can keep it. I don't want to see anything. I don't even care right now at this exact moment what other mediums are getting, because they're not getting it. Like, I'm getting something completely different. I respect them and I love them, and I'm sure they're getting what feels right for them. But at this exact moment, it does not feel right. What feels right is they got sold, and they owed, like, say, I think 4chan said like $270,000 were flushed, which I don't know. If I buy any of that, I don't know. But according to my sources, which is just a lot of time on the World Wide Web and on, what is it? I think it's the Time Machine. You can find old videos that they've whitewashed or whatever they've done. I almost feel like this might be a map night. I knew it. What happened? I don't know. And I know that some people have seen, I just saw an interview with a witness who heard a scream. That could have been Ethan. That could have been Xana. Kaylee and Maddie, though, they're gone, but they're alive. That's the really weird thing. And when people kept asking me, Ethan was like, no, stay on me. But now tonight I got the do it, look into that thought. And so here we are. And now I can probably tap into the girls. I could tap into Maddie or Kaylee. And then ask them like where they are. Like, I'm almost getting something like, it would almost be like, it's not a Spanish speaking, but it is, but it's not like Spain. It's something else it's a different country. I have that they were moved out of, all right, so let's tap into the girls. If anyone's learning, I'll use those cards. I don't know why all of a sudden. I'm going to clear this energy. And if you're learning, I'll use the new cards. It might help. But, I'll use the beginner deck. All right, let's start with Maddie. This is definitely going to be a crying night. All right, I'm already getting really choked up. So let's just start at the beginning. Welcome. If you're new and you're in the bleachers, thank you so much for coming. I don't have a set program for how I read. I just read intuitively what feels right. The third card we have is the Chariot. And that's a movement card. It explains itself. All right. This is the underlying energy. It's the Four of Wands in reverse. Anytime a four is, I might have to pause you, but I'm about to start bawling. So this is an unhappy home. This is like a foundation built on sand. Ethan used to show us the Strength card because he was overpowered. This is another fighting card. Like, they fought and then they were like sent away. This is the Fool in reverse. This is Ethan, like running in. And then we have the Nine of Swords. So okay. Queen of Wands is Dylan. Here's the Emperor. So remember, they used to always show us the happy home, but it was like more of a mocking thing. And we have Strength in reverse. Then we have the the Five of Wands is in reverse. This is like avoiding conflict, but it's a conflict card. We have the Chariot and the Fool. And then we have all of the decision makers always get this. And they put their star out. Knight of Wands is frat row. The Emperor. They sold them. They straight up sold them. I'm not even seeing money here. All I'm seeing is like maybe money didn't exchange hands that night. These people are horrible. I mean, we can ask when the money exchanged hands, but that was Kaylee. That was Maddie. And there was no money. It was just that they took her. It was like a kid. They kidnapped her and put her in a car. And I wonder if that what like the red herring of chasing BK across the country was, like telling us they've been moved across the country or something like that. So let's see what Kaylee says. So here's the money. I'm sorry, I'm like completely about to start bawling. So Kaylee's underlying energy is this little dead boy. She's like, the documentary or whatever that I saw is that you are completely fucked up 24/7 and you're like chained to a bed. We have Dylan and her stupid boyfriend. But there are pictures of Dylan making out with someone else that we're making the videos of that is all this stuff right now. And I apologize it's taken so long. It took way longer to figure this stuff out. And thank you for everyone that helped me. I really appreciate it. So we have our little dead boy. I mean, we're doing true crime tarot. I'm not reading these like regular cards. This is a little dead boy. And this could be symbolic of her being like on so many rugs that she can't function. D-bag and her stupid boyfriend. I don't like D-bag, and I've said that a million times. I think she's trash. D-bag, if you're looking, you're trash. But guess what? I have your whole family tree. I went all the way back to obituaries, lined it all out. It's in a spreadsheet. You can proof it if you'd like to for me. Then we have the Empress. Here's our money. Here's our money. These guys were in reverse if you're up there, but it doesn't really matter for what we're reading them for. Here's our High Priestess. She's ride or die. She's never going to tell her secrets, so we're never going to find them. Has Xana's mom ever said that she actually saw Xana's body? I do think that Xana was in there. And I know that there's a ton of interviews saying, like, people saw him, people didn't. But I'm going to stick by it straight up. Those emotions were not invoked because that was straight up like, I'm going to stand by it. Xana and Maddie are, I'm sorry, Xana and Ethan were unalive that night. And still not 100% on Xana, but she wasn't sold. Maddie and Kaylee and Maddie were. They were sold. They weren't unalived. I have more questions, but right now I want to sit with this and I want to meditate and see if I can see where they are. I don't know if that will matter. We just ended on the High Priestess and she said, no bueno, you're never going to find out. Okay. I'll be back. I have a lot more questions. If you're in the balcony, you can see my notes. But right now, I just want to process this. I knew this. Intuitively, I knew this was happening. Or this is what happened. And that's why I've been avoiding you. Sorry. I do love you guys. But I just couldn't not be honest with you. But I also didn't feel comfortable explaining it until tonight. I got the okay. So I will be back. I have a lot more questions. I am going to go connect with these girls and see if I can find them. I know that the cards just said we couldn't, but also we did Maddie first. Money didn't exchange hands for her, but the money exchanged hands for Kaylee. And I think that's why I think they were sold together like a package. But not meaning they're still together. I'm not getting that at all. I'm not getting I'm getting that they're alive, but they're in a highly induced state. Or I don't even know what that says. I don't know if anyone intuitively is getting anything like it. Let me know. I'm going to go. I'll come back. I have more questions, but I just need a break now because that was really sad. So I love you all. Thank you for coming. I will see you on the flip side. Good night.